Hello! I hear you're using TinkerCAD, and you want to learn how to wrap text around a round object or wrap text around an awkward object? Well, let's get started. Okay, here we go. Let's start with our work plane, and we're going to pull in a round object. Let's pull in a cylinder, and we'll wrap text around this cylinder. All right, so the idea here is that we work with something called a work plane. And I'm going to grab the work plane here and stick it to the side of this cylinder. And you'll notice I have lots of different orientations of this plane I can choose from. Just pick one. And now we'll take our text, all right, and we'll place a text on it. Again, it's way too large, so I have to grab this corner here and drag it to the bottom right. A little too far, there we go, just so it's smaller. And try to orient it so that it's on that cylinder. And I don't need the word text, I just want one letter. All right, so let's choose the letter B. Okay, and so I'm just going to zoom in here. Now the idea here is that we take the letter B, I'm going to make it a little thicker so that I can push it, I'll use the cone and I'll push it into the object. And you'll see why this is important. So I made the B extra thick or extra wide, and then I'm going to push it into the object. So now it's sitting on that object, actually in the object. I'll take this work plane, a new work plane, and I'll go back to the original work plane. So you see the idea. So there's our B. Now the idea is I'm going to take the entire object and I'm going to duplicate it. There we go, duplicate. And then I'm going to rotate just a little bit and release. And now I have two letters on that cylinder. If I hit duplicate again, I get another letter. And then again and again, as many letters as you'd like. And notice that it continues to go around the outside of that cylinder. Now they're all B's, so I can select any one of them and I can change it to whatever letter I'd like. So let's use the word hello. So I'll select each letter, change it to the letter that I want. And you'll notice that these letters are raised on the outside of this cylinder. If that's what you'd like, then this is great. You probably could stop the video at this point. But if you wanted to engrave the letters or hollow out the letters, then continue with the video. So let's take each object and make each one a whole, remembering that each of these letters were extra thick and they went into the cylinder. So making each letter a whole. So now when I zoom out, I can highlight the entire object and I can group it. It then hollows out the word hello into that cylinder. And again, if that's your desired look, you probably could stop the video at this point. If you wanted to make a ring, let's make a work plane on top of the cylinder. We'll drop another cylinder. And the idea here is that we hollow it out. So we're going to make the cylinder just a little bit smaller in diameter. And I'm going to go back to the original work plane. I'll highlight my two objects and now center it. So I'll hit the Align tool. So I'll go for the center of the X, center of the Y. And then I'm going to make this a little bit thicker so that, again, I can make it a hole and sink it into the object. Well, it didn't make it thick enough. It didn't go all the way through. So I'm going to make it a little bit thicker and then sink it into the object. There, it comes all the way through. Now I can group the entire object and once again group. And voila, we have basically a tube or a ring with the word hello on the outside. Let's see if I can show you. There it is, all the way through, but not to the other side. If you make the letters hello too thick, then they will go to the other side. So make sure that that's not something you want. All right, so now let's take a look at maybe an awkward shape, not a regular shape. Let's take this, this heart. Maybe we want to inscribe hello into the side of this. So very much like last time, we're going to work with the work plane, and it's important that you select a good spot for your text. And again, bring in your text, and like last time, it's too large, so we're going to shrink it down. And then I'm going to move it onto that work plane so that it's centered. I'll make it a little bit smaller. Here we go. There, I think I like it right there. And like last time, I'm going to make it extra thick. I'm going to zoom in here and make it extra thick. And then I'm going to push that into the object. And if we are trying to hollow it out, I'll make that a hole and I sink it in. And I can change the text to whatever we want. Again, if we wanted hello, there it is. I can go back to the original work plane. And now I can group this object together, and there we go. And it hollows out the word hello in the object. Now, if like last time, we wanted to hollow at the center, I can take another heart shape. Here we go. And put that on a work plane right on top. There we go. And once again, I'll make the heart a little bit smaller. I'll hold down Shift to try to make it so it's nice and the aspect ratio is the same. I'm going to go back to the original work plane. I'll highlight my objects. And now I'll use the Align tool to make it so that it's centered on both the X and the Y axis. And like last time, I'll take this object, I'll make it a hole, I'll make it a little bit thicker. This time I'll make it extra thick, and I'll sink it in so that I see how it sticks out of the top and the bottom. And now I can highlight everything. And I'll group it one more time. And there we go. You can see hello is all the way through, but not to the other side. Thanks for watching.